Yeah.
So you're cooking up a lot of crystal meth in big batches on Breaking Bad. Can you get the envelope users a good deal here? Wait, are we recording now? Whoops, okay, we are. I'll cut that out later. Hey, now, you are a guy living the dream. You're this young, hot actor in Hollywood with 2 roles on 2 cool cable networks. I'm talking about Breaking Bad here and Big Love, and these characters are totally opposite.
Yeah, it's unbelievable. It's such a, exactly what you said. It's such a dream. I had no idea I'd be able to actually play a great role on one show, but let alone 2 series that I'm actually totally passionate about is incredible to me.
And totally opposite characters. Doesn't this drive you schizo as an actor?
A little bit. No, not really. It's fun. It's great because Big Love shoots in L.A. and Breaking Bad shoots in New Mexico, and so last season we had to kind of juggle it back and forth a little bit, but I love it. I mean, it's that's what I strive for, just the challenge.
Now, is Jesse a good guy or a bad guy? That's such an intriguing setup of a character that you've got, because you've got this crystal meth cooking, dealing guy who's got a drug problem on his own, so we have to be sympathetic.
Yeah.
And you're able to give him all these psychological layers, but what, as viewers, what are we supposed to think of this guy?
I mean, I hope the viewers see this kid as just kind of a lost kid that got mixed up in kind of bad situations. You know, I think at the end of the day, I think he's a good kid that has made some bad choices in his life, and he's had this pressure from his family to be this kind of quote unquote like perfect child, and he's just not the perfect child. He really isn't, and I guess he didn't really try too hard in school, but he does what he knows, and he thinks cooking is art. And when he meets or re-meets, you know, Mr. White, he thinks that Mr. White is this artist, and he's very impressed by him. And Jesse does what he knows best, and he is really proud of what he does. And so, yeah, it's definitely an interesting role, and what Vince has done with this story is just incredible. And Vince and the other writing staff is amazing.
Sure, we're talking about Vince Gilligan here, the executive producer writer. Now, with Jesse, this guy's the thug. He's you're in the Emmy mix here. This show is so much on the Emmy radar after Bryan Cranston won last year, and you as an actor. So this is very real. Your push for this Emmy. Now, I don't trust Jesse in the mix though. How does Jesse take down? Here's who you're up against, right? Ted Danson in Damages, William Shatner, Michael Emerson in Lost. These were the nominees last year, and John Slattery in Mad Men. Does Jesse just take out a Colt 45 and take these guys out, or what? I'm trying to make it easy for you here.
That's exactly what he does.
Eliminate the competition in a clean way.
That's exactly what he does. Just very threatening and menacing. Absolutely. I have no idea. I mean, I honestly, I cannot believe all this is happening. It's so surreal. And what Vince and the rest of the writing staff has, the material that they give all of us. But when I read these scripts and realize I'm just so obsessed with this story, but then realize, wow, I actually have to portray this, you know, and I have to portray this in a very genuine way. It's a little terrifying, but yet so unbelievably exciting.
Are you a member of the TV Academy? Have you ever done the Emmy voting process?
I have not, but I just joined the Academy. I don't think I joined it in time to vote this year, but no, it's so exciting just to be. We did a screening at the Academy, and it's just so insane to be there in that room with all these people that it's just incredible.
That's a great auditorium there in North Hollywood, isn't it?
I know.
Yeah.
It's amazing. You're driving in, you just see this like giant 50-foot Emmy statue. You're like, what is going on right now? This is incredible.
What went through your head last year when your co-star Bryan Cranston won? Because this show was, now you're up to what, 1.2, 1.3 million viewers a week. You're really, people are paying attention now, but they weren't last year. Not really. You weren't getting those kind of numbers. But no. Bryan pulled off a victory. You had to be a little bit surprised, right?
I was, but I think it's very much well deserved. And I actually I called Bryan the day before the Emmys, and I was telling him all throughout the season, I'm like, "You're so gonna get a nomination, man. You're unbelievable." And he's like, "Stop that! Don't say that." But I called him the day before, and I go, "Hey, listen, I just wanted to, I know everybody's kind of congratulating you on the nomination, but I want to be the first person to congratulate you on the win tomorrow night." And he's like, "You can't say that to me. You're jinxing me. You are jinxing me." I'm like, no. I'm just being honest. You're going to take this down, so congratulations. And he's like, "Okay, well, listen, if I don't end up winning, can I get up from my seat and come punch you in the face?" I'm like, "Absolutely. Please do."
Well,
so it was great.
You were spared. The reason he won, and because you're just now joining the Academy, you're getting to see how this process works up close. The Emmys don't work by the same rules as the Oscars, the Tonys, the Grammys, the other show business peer group awards. You have to, if you get nominated in July, you're going to have to pick one sample episode as an example of your best work from the season. Last year, Brian picked the pilot episode, which was terrific because it was character defining. It was emotionally flamboyant. He's running around in his underwear. It's all this crazy stuff. It was a great showcase episode. Now, if you get nominated this year, what episode would you pick as the one that's standout from this season? Because you're only going to get one.
I know. You know what? I have no idea, to be honest. I'm thinking maybe Peekaboo, which really kind of showcases my character in that episode.
Which episode is that? Tell us.
Peekaboo, it has to do with when it's after one of Jesse's henchmen gets robbed a pound of meth, and he just goes and tries to get it back, either the meth or the cash. And he goes and he breaks into this old rundown, like, just meth house, and he's waiting for these people to come home, and then he runs into this little boy that's been left there alone, and he's like this 5-year-old, just sad little child, and just dirty hair, dirty face, underwear. It's tragic. And so the episode really deals with him, the little boy, and these horrible meth addict parents. And it's just all levels of insanity, just very tragic, the whole thing.
What do you like about your role in that episode that you think the Emmy voters would like? Why would you choose that over the others?
It really showcases Jesse. He's trying to be this tough, menacing guy who he truly isn't. And it showcases that Jesse really has this heart inside of him. Like he feels for this little child, and he's trying to save this kid. And at the end of the episode, he breaks into this room that they locked, the parents locked him in, and he takes him out. He doesn't want to see what happened to his father, because tragically the mother ends up pushing this ATM on top of this father's head, and it's just like, oh my God, this is so unbelievable. Like, this is actually happening. And the sad thing is, this actually is happening in this world. You know, these meth addicts or horrible parents are having these children, and they just treat them not like a child. They don't take care of them at all. And so he takes this kid out of this house, and he sits him on the doorstep, and he's just pleading to him not to go back inside. And I just think it shows a range of emotion in Jesse that we truly haven't seen in previous episodes.
Yeah, that's key, by the way, to have that. I haven't seen that episode, but I remember this episode that you had last season where it was very sympathetic in a similar way. While you're dealing and cooking on one hand, you were home with the family trying to deal with their rejection of you, which was very poignant too. And suddenly Jesse was very sympathetic, and that's key because you've got one of these characters that I'm giving you a little advice here, Aaron.
Yes, please, give me some advice.
It's really helpful because when you have a dastardly character like yours,
right,
you've got to still be sympathetic to the voters because they want to like you. So the mistake that you could make is submitting an episode that's a turnoff to them. They have to like you even though they're wise to this guy.
Right, exactly.
Yeah. So that sounds like a good choice. And if you win, what's the acceptance speech going to be? You're an actor. You
Oh
can't
my
go up
God.
there. You can't go up there without your lines, right?
Honestly, that's just so like beyond me. I really don't. I have no idea. I mean, to be honest, sincere, like I have no clue. That's not even in my head. I would just probably just bow down and say, Vince Gilligan, I owe you my life. So
That'd be a good one, though. You know what? That'd
Yeah,
be very
yeah.
good because it'd be physical too. It wouldn't just be the thank you. It'd be say, this guy really means this.
absolutely, yeah.
Good. Well, good luck to you, Aaron.
Thank you so much, Tom. Thank you so much.